Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. I, of course, am Lewis Porter Jr., and today we're going to talk about a controversial topic, but not in my usual way. But it's one of those ones to hear people's opinions and tell me what they really think. So today's title, who should be the fourth member on the Mount Rushmore of comic artists after Jack Kirby, Jim Lee, and George Perez? That's right. Who's number 4? I picked those 3 very, very specifically. I mean, let's be honest. Kirby has to be on there. Even though you know how I feel about Kirby, I believe he has to be on there. He is incredibly influential to what he's done to the industry for comics. It is only natural for him to be there. Not a surprise. Not at all a big deal. Jim Lee. I think Jim Lee did what Jack Kirby did, but just in the 90s. I think Jim Lee redefined artwork for the next 30 plus years. I think so many artists have been influenced by him. It's crazy. I think he has really redefined what comic book art looked in the modern age. I think he just defines it perfectly. I think he is, you think of comic art in the 90s, Jim Lee has to be on that list. It's not even a question anymore. And last, and definitely not least, George Perez. Look, I can't say enough nice things about George Perez. I mean, you can look at my bookshelf behind me. I've got several of his books up there. I mean, George Perez is George Perez. If you read comic books in the 80s, well, even 70s and 80s, you saw his artwork. I mean, this guy worked for Marvel, worked for DC, worked on the top books. He's done Fantastic Four. He's done Avengers. He's done JLA. He's done Teen Titans. I mean, let's there's no need for me to go in it. We know Perez is on that mountain. Not even a hard, like, oh, I got to think. No. But number 4, that's a toughie. I mean, that's a real tough person. Because I can't think of a couple people, I think. But nobody I'm like 100% would be like, yeah, automatic. Let me see. I was talking about the modern age. Brian Hitch. I think Brian Hitch developing Ultimates changed how books look, the large cinematic. I mean, people are always doing panels, but he really did like that widescreen effect, even with Authority, same kind of feel. I think he really came into his own with that. I think he really defined that perfectly well. I mean, you look at the stuff, it looks good. I mean, there's no way to, nitpick it. John Byrne is also on that list, but John Byrne, John Byrne is a writer and an artist, and he's known for both. And I think his artwork, on X-Men was a great example of, he plotted, but he still did his artwork on that. Then you got his Fantastic Four run. That's more, I said, a mix of his writing and his art. So it's hard for me to do that one. Walt Simonsen. I don't know if he's going to be in the actual Mount Rushmore, but I know he's solid. There's a lot of people, who love his work. He is a solid kind of artist in that way. I got to think, like, I don't think Byrne writes in. I think Byrne is a great artist, but I don't know if he's going to fit on that type of Mount Rushmore. I'm thinking about people that changed the game, as it were. Artwork didn't look the same after they did it. People used them as the template to draw from them. And I got to wonder, who's number 4? Who's number 4? And even better, can you defend it? Can you defend your number 4? A lot of you are going to be screaming out names. Yeah. But you got to be able to defend it. Don't just tell me I like someone's art, they need to be on there. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about someone who changed the game. When this person did it, it was never the same ever again. Who do you think the 4th person should be? Let us know in the comments below. Please feel free, as always, make comments, positive or negative. We're good either way. And if you like us, give us a like. If you don't, give us a dislike. But tell us what you think. As always, thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much, and we will talk to you later.